Welcome to Heroes Channel. In today's video, Geronimo, the name echoes through the annals of history as a symbol of unwavering resistance and indomitable spirit. Born in 1829 in what is now Arizona, this Apache warrior became a towering figure in the struggle against the encroachment of the American frontier. His life, marked by bravery, resilience, and defiance, weaves an epic tale that transcends time. Geronimo, originally named Goyale, one who yawns, belonged to the Badonkohe band of the Apache tribe. His early years were shaped by the turbulent landscape of the American Southwest, where clashes between Native American tribes and European settlers were commonplace. As a young man, Geronimo witnessed the brutality of warfare, setting the stage for his later exploits. The mid-19th century saw the intensification of conflicts between Native American tribes and the expanding United States. Geronimo emerged as a prominent leader during the Apache Wars, a series of armed conflicts that spanned several decades. His strategic brilliance and tactical acumen earned him the respect of both allies and adversaries. As the pressure on Apache lands increased, Geronimo's band faced forced relocations and encroachments on their traditional territories. In response, Geronimo led a series of daring and dramatic escapes, earning him a reputation as an elusive and resourceful warrior. His ability to evade pursuing forces became legendary, adding to the mystique surrounding his name. Geronimo's resistance reached its zenith in the late 19th century. His ability to outmaneuver the U.S. and Mexican armies created an aura of invincibility. However, in 1886, facing dwindling resources and the exhaustion of his people, Geronimo surrendered to General Nelson Miles. Geronimo's surrender marked the end of the Apache Wars, and he, along with his followers, was transported to Florida, then later to Fort Sill, Oklahoma. Despite his captivity, Geronimo became a celebrity figure, making appearances at world fairs and events. His captivating presence and tales of resistance fascinated the public. Geronimo's legacy extends beyond the historical accounts of his time. His name has become synonymous with courage and tenacity. In popular culture, Geronimo's life has been depicted in books, films, and songs, cementing his status as a symbol of Native American resistance. Beyond the legends, Geronimo's life invites us to consider the complex realities faced by Native American communities during a period of profound change. His story prompts reflection on the impact of colonization, the resilience of indigenous cultures, and the ongoing quest for justice. Geronimo, the legendary Apache warrior, stands as a testament to the enduring spirit of resistance against adversity. His life, marked by battles, escapes, and surrender, paints a vivid picture of a turbulent era. Geronimo's legacy serves as a reminder of the strength found in cultural identity and the ongoing journey towards understanding and reconciliation. If you found this exploration of Geronimo's epic tale enchanting, join us as we uncover more stories from the rich tapestry of history. Let the ancient echoes guide you on a mystical journey. Don't forget to subscribe, ring the notification bell, and like. Until next time.